Is there anybody in favor of this the way it stands?
Bighorn country information sessions were cancelled due to the inflamed rhetoric, bullying and harassment faced by project's proponents, according to Shannon Phillips' statement released by the Alberta government on Saturday.
I've been increasingly concerned about the inflamed rhetoric and inaccurate statements made by some organizations and individuals on social media.
She also made accusation of MLA Jason Nixon being responsible for the situation Shannon created by her lack of communication with the ones who are directly impacted by the project.
I am particularly disappointed by MLA Jason Nixon, who continues to spread misinformation. His inaccurate statements have led to much tension being felt in these communities.
The fact is, Phillips continues with her deceiving tactics to ram through another conservation plan just before election to please her environmental organization friends.
Both the expanded Castle Wildlife Provincial Park and a new provincial park in the Castle will continue to permit off-highway vehicle use on existing designated trails.
In 2017, despite a letter reassuring local organizations continued access to the Castle Provincial Parks, OHV began to be phased out.
This was not met with all applause. There was some unhappy people in the crowd. What's your reaction to their concerns?
Well, you know, this is why we are continuing the conversation with everyone who is affected by these the establishment of these parks. We have already had very good conversations with, for example, the Alberta Off-Highway Vehicles Association. They've worked collaboratively with our government on a number of different files, including this one, the Crow's Nest Pass and Pod Squad as well. You know, those organizations represent users that are responsible, that have a long history in this area. And we're going to make sure they've got the right kinds of supports to undertake their activities in places where the science supports that it's the best decision for the environment.
Where have those trail systems been developed? The answer is nowhere. In 2018, Porcupine Hills Livingston Public Land Use Zone was created and the government closed 74% of the existing trails.
This government disregarded the South Saskatchewan Regional Plan the previous government spent 5 years consulting with the public on.
We will defend this land against our detractors. We will defend it from the people who don't even set foot on it.
I'd like to see the NDP, including Rachel Notley and her ministers, to actually leave the Dome of Edmonton and go around Alberta and talk to you.
They came in, they expanded the boundaries on the Castle Wildland Park without consultation of everybody to appease the environmental groups. And now they're telling us, oh, don't worry, we're going to listen to what you have to say in a 60-day period and integrate that into the changes we're making.
In front of a packed house, Assistant Deputy Minister Rick Blackwood reassured that there was no plan for a new park in the Bighorn.
I have a leaked document from the Minister's office. You say that the public consultation is done May 2nd or 4th or whatever it was. There is no real plan. I have a leaked document from the Minister's office that states that this is done, pushed through, and will be finalized in September. What is your comments to that? Because I will be forwarding this document to every organization on this floor.
I can tell you right now, though, that in regional plans, there is a bit of a template. This is our third one. So we do have an outline of what a regional plan would look like because they are consistent to some degree. But in terms of the specifics that go in it, we don't have those yet. That's why we're here.
Anticipated timelines for development of the NSRP. September 2018. Establish the Bighorn Wildland Provincial Park and release the final Bighorn Park Management Plan.
MLA Jason Nixon took it upon himself to bring the concerns of the vast majority of the local residents to the legislation.
Member for Rindy Rocky Mountain House Sunday.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Over the past several months, the Minister of Environment staff has been having secret, invite-only meetings inside my constituency about the possible closure of land, similar to what she did in the Castle. Will the Minister consult with our community, or will she continue to only talk to foreign influence groups that are pushing an agenda inside our constituency?
But more lies came from Shannon Phillips.
Mr. Speaker, I met with the Mayor of Rocky Mountain House. couple of weeks ago and discussed the economic development and tourism opportunities that are available through the regional advisory council's advice.
This minister has not met with the Mayor of Rocky Mountain House about this issue, and the town of Rocky Mountain House, the county of Clearwater, the media inside Clearwater, the town of Sundre, the county of Mountain View. So will the minister meet with this community, yes or no? Stop dodging the question, stand up and answer it. We're tired of it, Mr. Speaker.
Even within the minister's own office, there was concern with the lack of transparency of this process, as outlined in an internal communication.
The government has decided to hold off releasing and consulting on the draft NSRP. My department will proceed with engaging on management plans for a proposed Bighorn complex. Until this is announced publicly, please keep this direction internal to government and reinforce within your departments the need to be silent with stakeholders about the NSRP in general, but also Bighorn specifically. Eric Denhoff, Deputy Minister, Environment and Parks.
Mr. Speaker, in making this announcement, the minister has shown a complete disregard for the comprehensive planning process for the region in an attempt to ram through changes. Now, leaked documents from the process show that these changes are completely against the recommendations of the Regional Advisory Council in the area. The NDP is clearly not satisfied and wants to focus on the demands of their special interest groups. So again, Mr. Speaker, through you to the minister, why are you spending so much time and effort to avoid consulting with a full representation of the community, not a hand-picked representation of the community?
I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I came here tonight to get some answers and for everybody to be able to hear the questions that we all want to ask and hear the questions that we might not have even thought to ask. And this whole thing has been set up so that we're wandering around in circles and nobody's hearing anybody's questions or answers. And I think since the government doesn't want to hear our questions, we should at least let them hear our answers. So right now, let's tell them who is opposed to this park the way it currently stands. Here. Who in this room has felt like they have not been provided with ample consultation on this process? Here.